Hello everyone, welcome to Wilkes Now. I'm Sean Papke and I'll be giving you all an update on the latest campus news.
Hi, I'm Sam Mullen.
And I'm Amber Deanne. Today we will be updating you on the scores and statistics from this past week, along with the schedule updates for the week ahead.
Stay tuned to hear all the latest news and updates.
Hello there, I'm Bailey Gatis, here to give you the latest March Madness news. Stick around to hear them.
Looking for internships this summer? Fill out the form to do an internship for credit. As a prerequisite, you need to have the data form, academic project form, which must be completed with your faculty coordinator, and the internship agreement form filled out. These will be attached to your internship form. The processing takes up to 5 days, and when the form is approved, you will see the internship as a part of your schedule, as well as CPE 300, where you upload timesheets and your diversity paper. You can find all the forms required on the Today at Wilkes website, and if you have any questions, contact anna.bateman@wilkes.edu or call 570-408-4064. Chemistry Study Abroad is giving students the opportunity to pie their professors. The fundraiser supports the Study Abroad program's trip to Paris. Every dollar is equal to 1 vote towards the professor you want to see get a pie to the face on April 4th. The top 3 professors in terms of votes will end up getting pied. See a professor you want to save? You can spend $2 instead to remove a vote. In order to cast your votes, go to wilkes.edu/ParisPie. Trips like these offer a great opportunity to explore and observe the landscape around you. Speaking of which, the latest exhibition at the Sordoni Art Gallery emphasizes just that. Our production members, Megan Davis and Sydney Alaba, got to take a look at John Paul Caponegro's exhibit, Landscapes Within Landscapes. Let's check it out.
I'm Megan Davis, and I'm at Sordoni Art Gallery checking out the new exhibit, Landscapes Within Landscapes by John Paul Caponegro.
So Landscapes Within Landscapes kind of summarizes the idea that what you are seeing is a sum of a whole. So looking into some of these specific works, you're really only seeing a fraction of what is being offered by the earth, right? Landscapes in general go on forever and ever and ever, as far as the eye can see. So him capturing a moment is a way for him to highlight, exactly what he wants the viewer to be seeing, and to show us that, we are a part of nature, not, apart from nature.
Are there any specific works here that stand out to you?
There are so many beautiful works in the gallery right now. I particularly like his alignment series, which kind of focuses on finding ourselves in the whole of going on. And then also a very interesting part of the exhibition, in the back of the gallery, we have Process, which really goes in depth of how John Paul creates his work, his thought processes, all of the technical things that he does, and it's really, really great insight to see, especially if anyone has a creative practice. I highly recommend going to see that part of the exhibition.
So who is John Paul Caponegro, and what are some of the things he's known for?
So John Paul Caponegro is, he's a pioneer of using Photoshop and really incorporating digital media into his work. He has been collected by places such as the Smithsonian, and he is a contributor for Art News and the Ansel Adams Guide, as well as many other places.
So what are some of the events that visitors can partake in with this gallery?
We have so many events coming up for the rest of the semester. We have 2 Second Saturday events, which are geared towards families and kids. The first one on April 8th is going to focus on landscapes, and Jan Lakota from the Riverfront Park Society will have coloring sheets available based off of the Wyoming Valley. And then on May 13th is our second Saturday. Students will be making bug houses and seed bombs from PA native plants. On April 18th, Dr. Matthew Finkenbinder from the Geology Department will be giving a lecture about his research with glacier formations in Pennsylvania. And we will also be having 2 sound baths, which is a yoga practice, on April 14th and April 25th. So if anyone is interested in participating in those, you can send me an email at melissa.carestia@wilkes.edu.
All right, this was Megan Davis. Now let's send it back to the studio.
Looks awesome. Seems like we've got a lot of events happening on campus. Attention to all engineering students, you are invited to a networking event. The event is being held tonight, March 28th at 6 p.m. in the ballroom. Wilkes Engineering alumni will be present from all branches that are provided here. This is a great opportunity for students to network and receive advice from those already experienced in the field. Speaking of alumni, the university's Leadership Northeast alumni is looking for a nominee from the 2023 or 24 class. Leadership Northeast is an organization of new and emerging leaders throughout the Wilkes-Barre area who meet in order to meet and discuss community concerns and encourage others to assume leadership positions in addressing those concerns. Anyone interested in being the nominee for the Wilkes University is asked to submit a letter answering the question, how do you think the Leadership Northeast program can help you fulfill your aspirations as a leader at Wilkes and in Northeastern Pennsylvania? If you are interested, submit your letter of interest by email to mark.allen@wilkes.edu or visit the Leadership Northeast website for more information. If you know any seniors looking to get their headshot taken, or if you are that senior, now is the time to do it. There are opportunities on campus in the Miller Room of the Sub from now until Thursday, March 30th. Business attire is required, but a cap and gown is provided for photos. To schedule an appointment, go to www.ouryear.com and enter school code 222. That's all I have for you right now. Lastly, do you want to know what happened this past week on campus? You can check out this week's latest edition of The Beacon. Let's see what Jess Fellerman has to say about what's being covered.
Hi, I'm Jess Fellerman with this week's Beacon Briefs. For news, be sure to catch up on the student government meeting notes. Also, be sure to check out a preview of the upcoming MSC Talent Show. For LA&E, there is an update on the new exhibition in the Sordoni Art Gallery. Be sure to also read about the environmental science majors in this week's Meet the Majors. In Opinion, we have a great editorial for you about how we don't like group projects. In sports, you can read all about the new field hockey coach, Ashley Irwin, as well as the softball and baseball sweeps from this past week. That's all I have for Beacon Briefs. Make sure to pick up a copy around campus tomorrow. Thank you again. I'm Jess Fellerman with this week's Beacon Briefs.
Thanks, Jess. Before we get any further, let's take a quick break with a PSA. When we come back, Amber and Sam will give you the latest Wilkes sports update.
Did you get a call or message that mentioned Social Security that made you feel threatened or scared? That is not the Social Security Administration. Social Security will not threaten you, press you for personal information, or demand instant payment. Social Security does not accept payments by gift card, prepaid debit card, internet currency, or by mailing cash. Criminals use these forms of payment because they are hard to trace. Don't fall for it. Hang up, ignore them. Report this criminal activity to oig.ssa.gov.
Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
There's a place to share gossip about the office party fun, and a place to share the story you tell everyone. There's a place to share a laugh about when things went wrong, and a place to share the video of you dancing to your song. There's a place to share spare change, lunch, and your time. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone.
Hello and welcome back to Sports Now. I'm Amber DeYoung.
And I'm Sam Mullen.
Last week was a busy week for the Colonels, and now they will head into another busy week with lots of conference competition.
Men and women's tennis head to Lebanon Valley College today with matches starting at 3:30. The men are hoping to secure their first win of the season, while the women are looking to secure their second win against their 7-2 win against Pratt Institute last Saturday. The Colonels will then travel to Dickinson College on Friday and host Stevens on Saturday at noon.
Baseball boasted a 3-game sweep against crosstown rival Kings College this past weekend with scores of 16-15, 15-1, and 8-5. Friday's game went into 11 innings with a win being secured by a 2-run RBI walk-off by Mike Show. Wilkes looks to continue their winning streak as they host Lycoming College today at 3:30, and the Colonels will then host Misericordia University on Friday at 3:30, followed by a doubleheader at Misericordia on Saturday.
The softball team is looking to continue their four-game win streak tomorrow when they host Penn State Hazleton for a doubleheader at 4 p.m. and on Saturday against Albright College. The Colonels are coming off a strong week where they swept Keystone College 2-1 and 7-2 and Delaware Valley University 2-1 and 12-0.
The men's lacrosse team is looking to gain momentum going into conference play after a tough week of losses against Lebanon Valley College and Utica University. They host Arcadia University tomorrow at 7 p.m. and then travel to Delaware Valley on Saturday.
The women's lacrosse team is also heading into conference play this week. They travel to Arcadia tomorrow and host Delaware Valley in their conference home opener Saturday at 1 p.m.
Men's golf is heading to IRM Country Club for a tri-match against Kings and Misericordia at 1 p.m. on Thursday. The team recorded a 343-366 victory on Sunday against Misericordia to open their spring season.
Men's volleyball is coming off a very busy week after playing Bryn Athens, Stevenson University, Kings, and Hood College.
6 records were broken by 3 players in the Kings and Hood split. You can read about it online at www.thewilkesbeacon.com.
Volleyball will travel to Drew University on Thursday and will then host Eastern University for senior night, and their last game of the season is on April 5th.
This week, 2 Colonels have earned MAC Player of the Week honors. Paul Binner of the men's volleyball team was named MAC Defensive Player of the Week for helping Wilkes to go 2-2 this past week with 15 blocks and 46.5 points. He also broke the career points record for the program on Saturday.
Aiden Murphy of the baseball team earned MAC Freedom Pitcher of the Week after tying his career high of 15 strikeouts against Kings, whom he held to a .154 batting average.
Remember, for more information on all of the Wilkes athletic events, statistics, and final scores, go to www.gowilkesU.com.
You can read more about our athletic updates in this week's online issue of The Beacon. Please visit www.thewilkesbeacon.com. That is all we have this week for Sports Now. I'm Sam Mullen.
And I'm Amber DeYoung. Tune in next time on Sports Now. When we come back, our sports director, Bailey Gatiss, will give you an update on the Final Four.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
and Clark sheer athleticism.
It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom
Reaching residential areas.
and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens. Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
Welcome back to Sports Now. March Madness is down to the Final Four. April Fool's Day comes with 2 matchups that are sure to bring us a surprise. 4 teams that shocked the bracket will be playing in the Final Four round. The number 9 seeded Florida Atlantic University will face off with the number 5 seeded San Diego State. FAU beat the number 3 seeded Kansas State in the Elite 8 round by 3 points in a crazy upset. In the final quarter, FAU went on a 15-1 run that lifted them over Kansas. San Diego State upset the number 1 seeded Alabama to get them into the Elite 8, and then beat Creighton Blue Jays by 1 point, 57-56, advancing them to the Final Four. A free throw was made by Darian Trammell with 1.2 seconds left in the game, securing the 1-point win. The next matchup in the Final Four is the number 5 seeded Miami, Florida against the number 4 seeded UConn. Miami upset the number 1 seeded Houston in the Sweet 16 and then beat the number 2 seeded Texas in an 88-81 upset in the Elite 8. Miami had a big 51-point second half to take the win. UConn crushed Gonzaga 82-54 in the round of 8. The Huskies outscored the Bulldogs in both halves of the game, leading to a breeze of a win. All 4 teams will play this Saturday in hopes to make it to the championship. On the women's side, we are also on to the Final Four. The number 2 seeded Iowa will face off against the number 1 seeded South Carolina. Iowa beat Louisville by 14 points, mostly because of Caitlin Clark, who contributed to 70 of the 97 points scored. Clark had 41 points of her own and assisted on 29 points. She is also the only player in Division I history to score over 900 points and over 300 assists in a single season. South Carolina, who is in the Final Four for the 3rd straight year, beat the number 2 seeded Maryland in the Elite 8 by 11 points to get themselves safely into the Final Four. The second matchup will be between the number 3 seeded LSU and the number 1 seeded Virginia Tech. LSU beat Miami by 12 points in the Elite 8, and LSU's Angel Reese recorded her 32nd double-double this season, the most in SEC history. Virginia, who is in the Final Four for the first time ever, beat the number 3 seeded Ohio State by 10 to secure their spot in the Final Four. The Final Four will compete this Friday, hoping to get a chance to be champs. Also breaking news, Villanova's Maddie Siegrist announced her entry into the 2023 WNBA Draft. That's all I have for you today. Tune in next time for more national sports updates. I'm Bailey Gatis. Thank you for watching. Let's go to a quick PSA before we head back to Sean.
Going to extremes parenting your teen? It might be time to take a new approach. Visit boystown.org/parenting. We've got parenting guides, articles, videos, quick tips, and even live parent talks with Boys Town experts. Boys Town, take your parenting skills to new heights.
Hey there, I'm Lance Bass, and this is CHIP. And for more than 100 years, American Humane has been protecting animals in times of crisis. And if you're like me, your pet means the world to you, and you want to keep them safe if disaster strikes. American Humane's first responders are always prepared to rescue animals in danger, but you can also help. To learn more about disaster planning and keeping your animals safe, please visit AmericanHumane.org.
Welcome back to Wilkes Now. Let's take a quick look at this week's weather forecast. First off, today's weather will be bringing us a high of 48 degrees Fahrenheit with a low of 31. Patchy drizzle before 11 a.m. and partly sunny this afternoon with a high near 47. North winds around 9 miles per hour. And now, after today, here's the rest of this week's forecast. Wednesday will bring us mostly sunny weather with a high of 55 and a low of 25. Thursday will also offer some mostly sunny skies with a lower high of 47 and a low of 28. Friday, however, will give us a chance of showers throughout the mostly sunny day with a high of 57 and a low of 49. Saturday will be much more humid with showers and wind with a high of 69 and a low of 33. Sunday will return the mostly sunny weather with a high of 50 and a low of 33. Lastly, Monday will also be mostly sunny with a high of 64 and a low of 41. Now, towards the weekend, here's a map of how the region may look. The northeastern region of Pennsylvania has the chance to give us a mix of rain and snow throughout the area. The western portion of Pennsylvania has more luck with just some potential rain. Looks like the weather is going to be a bit of a mix this weekend, so be prepared for some precipitation overall. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Just a reminder, you can watch us live every Tuesday on Service Electric Channel 97 at noon. Also, check out our YouTube channel for episodes of the show and more. In case you missed it, our broadcast re-airs every weeknight at 7:30 p.m. From all of us here at Wilkes Now, have a great week.